Well, hey, welcome one and all to the Bollywood podcast. I am your host, the Professor. I hope all is well with you and yours. This is going to be episode number 8. And I think what we're going to do to begin the show off with is kind of just talk about the past reaction videos. And most of them will be Indian. Most of them will be from India. There's a couple American films thrown in there, too, that I just want to draw your attention to because I think they're really important. But the first thing I would like to do is I'd just like to thank my friends over in India. The Controlled Chaos guys did a new intro for me, and it's really cool, and I really appreciate it. And we're going to try to team up with them and do some kind of superhero podcast and get the voice of India in the mix to talk about Marvel and DC, and I think that will be a lot of fun, really cool stuff to do. If you remember from last week's show, the folks who are behind the ladies' room said, hey, listen, we saw that you reacted to a trailer, and that's really great, and we really appreciate it. Would you kind of just watch the episodes and just react to it? And, kind of do a review on it. And I said, sure, I'd love to. And I've been going through watching this web series, The Ladies' Room, and I think there's 6 episodes up, and they're about 10 minutes apiece. And I think I've gotten through 4 of them. And the kind of the deal with the ladies' room is it's conversations that are happening in the ladies' room, outside of the ladies' room, and I've found this web series fascinating. One moment while I take a sip of my tasty beverage. I am drinking a clear American Golden Peach flavored water, available at your local Walmart. Anyway, so what you see here in this series are these 2 girls, Hannah and I think Dingo, and they are, best friends and a little bit on the raunchy side, and you kind of get into their conversations in the restroom. And I find that fascinating because as a dude, I've always wondered, why do women always go to the bathroom in packs? In multiple, like a guy, if you're out to dinner with a bunch of friends and it's couples, when a guy gets up to go to the restroom, the rest of the guys don't say, hey, listen, hey, I'll go with you. Watch my wallet. I'll go with you. No, they don't. They just say, okay, whatever. But women always do that. So it's been kind of interesting to see the kind of shenanigans that goes on in the ladies' room. Now, what I will tell you is I think that the web series is very funny. I think sometimes it gets a little raunchy. And what my fear is on the raunchiness, and this isn't a judgment call against what they're saying or what they're talking about. My fear with the raunchiness is this. Is sometimes it's an easy shortcut for the lack of writing or creativity. Sometimes you can throw in, boob jokes, profanity, whatever you want to do because you're really not that funny and you're trying to mask it. And there was an episode where they started doing some abortion jokes, and I just didn't think it was funny. I think it really kind of detracted from the episode and from the series. So time will tell. It was one episode that I thought was kind of, I just felt like they didn't have a good writing session, so they just thought, let's reach for vulgarity because that is the easiest, lowest common denominator to appeal to. And it's unfortunate because I think these 2 young ladies are talented and I think they could be funny. The writing on a few episodes has been really good. So hopefully this is just a one-off because people have one-offs, right? I have one-offs all the time. All you got to do is watch my videos and you realize how many one-offs I have, right? The next trailer that I reacted to, and it's not an Indian film, but I thought it was important to share with you. It's The Septembers of Shiraz, and it's got Adrian Brody, who is an excellent actor, and the film is set in the early 70s in Iran, and he's a Jew. He's a Jewish businessman who is there when the mullahs take over, when the Ayatollah takes over, and you see this radical Islamic element take over, and now he's an enemy, now he's persecuted, now he has to make his great escape. And the trailer looked fascinating. And the reason I recommend it to you because we've had a conversation going on here in Movie Community College about radical Islam. And I have some trailers coming up that we'll get to when with the appropriate time. But I think it's so important to understand, nations like Pakistan and Iran were highly advanced, highly westernized, very, very highly favorable towards Western ideas. Excuse me, I do not have a cough button yet. Until Jimmy Carter became president of the United States, and he did some things in the Middle East that just really kind of just pissed everybody off. And it gave way, he kind of went against the ruling class over there, and it gave way to radical Islam. So we see in that movie trailer just kind of the rise of radical Islam within a peace-loving, friendly nation, and I think it's unfortunate. The other thing that we did, and there were some other great trailers too that reacted to the Birth of a Nation trailer. Outlaws and Angels, I thought looked pretty good. But the EIC, the Eastern Indian Comedy Group, did the Coldest War reaction video, and I watched it, and I loved that video. I had no idea. I mean, it was very informative to me to know about like this Himalayan war front that's been going on for years, and how all these people are dying not because bullets are flying, but just because of the severe conditions. And I thought to myself, this looks like it would be a great movie. I would love to see some kind of movie about of that story of what's going on up there. Fascinating stuff. And I think EIC does a great job of kind of, they use comedy as a vehicle to kind of make points, to inform you, to make their point, to share their point of view. And I think it's just really enjoyable. I challenged you to a stare down. I didn't last very long. It was another video that I did. We did a movie review for Hum Ape Han Kun, and it was interesting for me to see Salman Khan in there. It kind of is this just kind of in that awkward stage where he's not fully filled out his body yet. He's not quite a man yet, the man boy, and anyways, I did a review on it, and I got to tell you, I gave it a final grade of B+. There were some issues I had with the film. Overall, it was a really, really great film. I thought that the female opposite of Khan was incredible, and we're going to talk about her later in the kind of the segment of the most intriguing women of Bollywood. But the film was good. The film was a very important film, right? This is a film, and maybe it's my Western eyes, my Western sensibilities that gave it a B+, because some of you were upset by that. But, there were just some issues with it. Just some issues I had. But anyways, technical stuff. I didn't like the staging of things. It seemed very cheap. I'd like to see more practical staging and setting. But that's pretty typical of the time, so I understand that. But it's a very important film because this was a blockbuster that kind of brought everybody back into the Bollywood films, right? It really brought everybody back into it. And so, we paid homage to it and lifted it up, and it's a good film. If you haven't seen it, I would see it. It reminded me a lot of The Sound of Music, very musical driven. There were some great parts of the movie I really enjoyed. There's some touching stuff. And I just thought overall the supporting cast was outstanding in this film. Very, very good job. We touched on the teaser trailer for Loving, which is a true story, and it was based in 67, 68, I think. Interracial marriage used to be illegal in the United States, and it wasn't until 1967 or 68 that was taken to the Supreme Court and it defeated, overturned. So it's now legal to marry interracially, which is, to me, is just completely ridiculous. Then we had a bunch of requests for Rustam. Dude. And so typically what I do with these trailers, when you guys send them in, say, hey, see this trailer, see that trailer, I don't watch them beforehand because I want to give you a good, clean, honest reaction to the trailer. Occasionally that doesn't happen. Occasionally I see a trailer somewhere and I think, ooh, that would be a good one to talk about. And so I grabbed onto this trailer. Somebody sent me a link to it and they trolled me. And it was a fan-made trailer that I didn't catch the fact that it was fan-made initially, and I watched it, and I was like, what the hell is this thing? This thing's terrible. And you guys all quickly said, no, Professor, you got trolled. Wrong trailer. Here's the right one. And that's what I love about you guys. You guys are awesome. You know that? As far as internet friends go, just kind people. You're always helping me out. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. You know, as I try to digest your culture and digest your films and become more integrated with the Indian film industry, you guys have really made it a pleasure for me to learn and kind of keep growing and not make me feel bad of, like I don't understand this or don't understand that. I really appreciate it. So the next trailer that I did that we kind of looked at was the Yen Jawani Ha Dawani trailer with Kapoor in deep. Oh man, my enunciation is terrible. Deepika Padukone. And this is going to be the next film that I do a review on. I have the film up on our website. If you go to our website, remnantxradio.com, again, that's remnantxradio.com. If you go there, you will find a Bollywood page on the website. You can go and check out. I got some films loaded up there. I got some trailers. I got all kinds of reviews. I got the jukebox rock in there, and you guys can go and take a look at it. I like to watch the films, and as I find them on YouTube, I put them up there and just kind of share them with the world. I really, truly enjoy the Bollywood film industry. I really do. And I feel like an ambassador, right, to the American white dude, to the white people in America, to introduce them to such a beautiful artwork, a beautiful body of work, of film. And, and it's something that I take very serious. I mean, we joke around and have fun, but I'm going to be having a Bollywood party, and I'm inviting my friends over, and we're going to watch Barfi, and I'll let you guys know how that went once we have that party. But I just think there's so much talent in India that is just not appreciated in the world, and I want to do my part in sharing that. I really do. We did a tribute video to MS Dhoni, which was okay, I guess. Cricket's a little different for me. Trying to learn that too as I pick up the film industry and whatnot. Akira, are you kidding me? I did a trailer reaction to Akira. Are you kidding me? That thing was off the hook, man. Oh my, she was incredible. And somebody pointed out in the comments that it's the actress from my very first Bollywood film, A Soldier Never Gets a Holiday or something like that, where it had I'm drawing blank. Kumar? Was it Kumar? Is the actor in it? Anyways, but she was in that. Man, this film looked great. I really enjoyed the film, the trailer. It just looked outstanding to me. Sometimes I raise an eyebrow when I see a woman being put in a position in film that she's going to go around and beat up guys, because I think the sexes are different. And if you took an average man and an average woman and you train them both the same, the man will always be stronger. Typically. It's just how we're built. It's nothing personal. It's just how we're built. And a lot of times I kind of squawk and balk at the idea of a woman beating up guys, but she looked really believable, didn't she? She was doing, it looked like jiu-jitsu. It looked like, very much a jiu-jitsu thing, which is leverage. So it was realistic. It wasn't like she's bench pressing dudes over her head. It was using their motion against them. So it looked pretty good. Now, I also did a video on Mandrake the Magician. I had no idea that this had Indian ties. A couple folks weighed in and said, whoa, dude, this is Indian, dude. I don't know if you knew that. I had no idea. Thank you so much for it. Then we did an overreaction. I found a site, and I've been using them a little bit, called Movie Talkie. And it looks like they're based in India. And they were doing, this woman who was on set was doing a review of Raman Ragvi 2.0. And she was kind of sharing her thoughts of the film. And I thought it was terrible. I thought her review was terrible. I thought she was terrible. And And I had no idea that there's a mixture of Hindi and English. I mean, I've noticed it in the film sometimes, where you'll be listening to the film and all of a sudden it breaks to a little English and then it goes back into Hindi or, I don't know, Punjabi. I'm not sure. My ignorance is showing right now. But I thought the woman's review was terrible. A couple of you weighed in and said it was terrible. But hey, dude, how about Fazal from Gangs of Westport in it, man? I had no idea. I mean, this has been so cool to me because now I'm starting to see some movies, and I'm starting to see like who is truly like a big deal, whose career is exploding. You know, it's really, really kind of fun for me to kind of like put the pieces together a little bit, where I watch a trailer and say, hey, I know that actor because I saw them in this film and I thought they gave a great performance or a terrible performance. So it really is helpful and very exciting for me. I'm sure to you it's probably like, yeah, whatever, dude. But I did an overreaction video to her, and she was terrible. She was absolutely terrible. Excuse me, what else did we have? We had some funny cricket moments that we did. We had the AIB comedy group, Indian Mario. I thought that was very, very funny. Excuse me. And I didn't realize it was Salman Khan that hit the Mario guy and decapitated him. Because I saw that. And I'm familiar with the story about it after the rape comments that have come out. Salman Khan talking about the rape thing, and I don't think it was that big of a deal personally. I saw Amir Khan. I saw an interview with Amir Khan where he kind of chastised the media for making a big deal out of it, and I don't know. I don't know. I really want to like Amir Khan. I crowned him king of Hollywood and Bollywood as we are kind of doing our face-off. But I've seen a couple interviews with him, and he kind of comes across as arrogant, And I will say this with SRK. I've seen him some interviews with SRK, and he doesn't come across as arrogant. Amir kind of does a little bit. Maybe that's just me. Maybe he's not. Maybe he's just a really nice, wholesome kind of dude, and there's a culture barrier. But he seems a little condescending to me. But you know what? And I'm not casting any aspersions on him. We have plenty. Trust me, we have plenty of Hollywood actors that are just major a-holes. You know what I'm saying? Just major, major, major a-holes. I have some things cooking, so by the time you guys hear this, and by the time you hear this, I have some videos that are kind of they're processing right now. Imperium with Daniel Radcliffe, who was Harry Potter. It's not an Indian film, but I think it's an important film because as we talk about in movie community college, the idea of radicalism, right? Militant radicalism, right? Because you guys have heard me talk about the radical side of Islam. This film deals with the radical side of Christianity. You have a group, a clan, the Ku Klux Klan, who claims a Christian heritage, who are very much like the ISIS of America. And so I reacted to a trailer of there. Then I got somebody sent me a kind of an interview. It looks like it's from a Pakistani TV show, and it's Subrahma Swami versus Pakistan. And they wanted me to kind of react to his statements and the debate that was going on. And so that will be coming up too. Then I did a Sultan kind of fan reaction to the film. I understand it was just released. And, everybody is really excited about it. And so we got I have some audio of it. I'll go ahead and play the audio, and you guys tell me what you think. Let's go ahead and we'll load up that audio here.
Super hit Sultan! असली पहलवान की पहचान अखाड़े में नहीं जिंदगी में होवे ताकि जिंदगी तुम्हें पटके तो फिर खड़े हो जाओ और ऐसा दाव मारो कि जिंदगी चित हो जाए। असली किंग खान यही है, शाहरुख खान नहीं, सलमान इज अ किंग खान।
सलमान जैसा कोई नहीं, रॉक सलमान रॉक, लव यू सलमान। सलमान इज द बेस्ट,
सुपर सुपर झकास, एक नंबर 1 सलमान भाई, एक नंबर।
सलमान की सबसे बेस्ट फिट क्या लगे मूवी में?
ऐसे उठा के फेंकते ना पीछे धमाल मच रहा है यार उठ के चिल्लाम चली करने का कमाल सुल्तान
How's the movie find?
Superb.
सुपर हिट है बस सुपर हिट बेस्ट
Super hit. Excellent. Full धमाल.
बहुत अच्छी मूवी है बेहतरीन मूवी है सबका परफॉर्मेंस फर्स्ट क्लास
It was really nice. It was very excellent. Nice.
Wonderful. I'm going for the next show. Very nice. Super hit सलमान.
अच्छे पिक्चर
बहुत अच्छा लगा लास्ट फाइटिंग जो थी मुझे बहुत अच्छी लगी
अच्छी थी मूवी
बहुत अच्छी. Best awesome movie.
It was good and Salman was brilliant. I think this was his best performance till now.
awesome movie is very superb because it is a Salman Khan movie after all it should be awesome
सब कुछ सलमान की बॉडी से लेके सब कुछ लव स्टोरी भी ऑसम है बहुत अच्छी पिक्चर
It was a fantastic. The acting was very good by Salman Khan, and we are a fan of him. So love you, Salman.
सलमान खान ने जो रेसलिंग की है उस पे पूरा पैसा वसूल स्टोरी डायरेक्शन सब अच्छा है गाने सुपर हिट सलमान खान ने इतना जबरदस्त काम किया है कि पब्लिक का पूरा पैसा वसूल
जो ट्रेंड स्टार्ट किया तो भाई ने बॉडी बिल्डिंग का भाई ने खुद पेट दिखाया फिर बॉडी बना के रेसलिंग की इसको बोलते हैं रियल एक्टर सब लोग बोलते हैं कि भाई को एक्टिंग नहीं आती बजरंगी बाजी मुंह बंद कर दिया था अब ये भी देखिए सब लोग मुंह बंद हो जाएगा
कि पहलवान ने छोड़ दिए लड़ाई नहीं छोड़ी और जब भी जीतने के बाद वो स्टाइल करते हैं और से माफी मांगते हैं
ऐसा करता है ना ऐसा. I like his acting. Super hit.
How's the chemistry of Anushka Sharma and Salman Khan?
Good.
अनुष्का का काम अच्छा है और दूसरा हीरो उसका सबका काम अच्छा है
Pairs with every heroine the best. He's the best.
It's awesome. First time उनकी chemistry इतनी superb लगी.
It was great because Anushka also has. It was a difficult role, but she did quite well.
Great chemistry. The whole movie is based on that chemistry itself.
केमिस्ट्री अच्छी है बहुत इतनी भी बहुत अच्छी नहीं है लेकिन अच्छा लगा जोड़ी उन लोग का गाना उन लोग के जो साथ में गाना तो उन लोग का बहुत अच्छा गाना है
बेहतरीन केमिस्ट्री थी बहुत अच्छी केमिस्ट्री थी
केमिस्ट्री बहुत अच्छा रहा बट भाईजान के एक्टिंग ने ओवरशैडो कर दिया था
सॉन्ग सारे अच्छे हैं कौन सा सॉन्ग बताएं उसमें जो एक सॉन्ग मुझे बहुत ज़्यादा अच्छा लगा अपना मिक्का सिंह ने जो गाना गाया है वो बहुत अच्छा लगा वो सुपर हिट गाना है
जग घूमिया that was the best song.
440 वॉल्ट यस
दिल ढूंढे यार song was really best. दिल ढूंढे
हाँ जो मेन टाइटल ट्रैक था फूल में तेरी मिट्टी मिट्टी में तेरा जुनून was too good song एनर्जेटिक सॉन्ग था
बहुत ही awesome movie थी और ओवरऑल कुछ सीखने मिला कि you should not never lie down. कभी भी लाइफ में हार नहीं मानना चाहिए.
डायरेक्टर ने अपना काम बहुत अच्छी तरह से निभाया है.
What's the best part of life movie?
Tells us never to give up in life.
Yes. सबसे बेस्ट पार्ट क्या बेस्ट ही बेस्ट है. Everything is fantastic about the movie. Everything means everything.
Salman acting.
सुल्तान की रेसलिंग डायलॉग्स काफी अच्छे थे. रेसलिंग और जो जैसे वो खुद के लिए लड़ता है सलमान खान वो सबसे बेस्ट पार्ट है.
जब भी वो देसी रेसलर से वर्ल्ड चैंपियन में ट्रांसफॉर्म होते हैं ना वो द बेस्ट पार्ट
आ गया सुल्तान सबके दिलों पर छा गया सुल्तान जय हो सुल्तान और ये मूवी 400 करोड़ का बिजनेस करेगी. जय हिंद सुल्तान.
Actually, I just didn't like the movie. There was a lot of mistakes and all in the movie. I don't think so. It's actually good because some here and there some scenes were good, but not overall. I can't say this movie was excellent. Okay, it was actually average. Salman Khan taking so much of wax and again, just showing like this is just too much of fictitious thing. You're showing some local people and again you're showing something fictitious. This is according to me, this couldn't be that up to the mark. I expected something good.
5 बजे कितना स्टार देंगे आप
3.5
very good 5 on 5
पैसा वसूल मूवी
I'll give it 4.5. 4.
4.5 5 फुल ऑन 5 मिलना ही चाहिए
4.5 5 में से पिक्चर को 3 स्टार सलमान को 5 स्टार
5 on 5.
5 out of 5. Full. 5 of course यार 5 of course. Salman rocks.
Just give 2.5.
5 में से 5 ही देंगे.
Of course 5 out of 5.
5 out of 5 6 out of 5
Well, I got to tell you, watching the video that I pulled that audio feed from, they really seem to be enjoying themselves. The folks coming out of the theater there just really, truly seem to be enjoying themselves. I think one of the episode 8 here of the podcast here as we're kind of working our way through I said the 10 most intriguing or the top 10 most intriguing actresses in Bollywood. I don't know if I'll be able to contain myself to 10 because the more that I see, the more that I'm like, wow. But I would say the next one up here that I think we did 3 last time. So we're going to call this... 10, 9, 8. This would be number 7. This will be the number 7 most intriguing actress in Bollywood is Madhuri Dixit. I first saw her in the Gulab Gang, and the Gulab Gang was a true story, and I thought she played a phenomenal role in it. But the film just fell flat. There was so many different issues in it, but her performance was outstanding, completely, incredibly outstanding, and I really I came away from Hum Aap Han Kun thinking to myself, what a great actress. She was so enjoyable, she was so funny, she was so skilled, and you know, as we've kind of talked about some of her films that we've been in, you've been kind enough to send me different clips, whether it's singing or dancing or both, and I apologize, I don't know necessarily what all the movies that you guys sent me were from, but man, is she talented. Her dancing is incredible. Her hip movement, her singing, her just incredible. She's such a graceful dancer. I mean, it's amazing. I really, you know, am a fan of what I've seen of her. And when I said the most intriguing, I think what that does for me is that it then says, what else do I want to see her in? You know, if somebody said, hey, check out this film with her in it, I would see it just because of her performances that I've watched. You know, just incredible stuff. Just a huge fan of her abilities. I mean, she's just completely incredible. So let's go ahead and take a look at another actress, shall we? I'd have to say for my number 6 position of the most intriguing Bollywood actress, this one's kind of a mystery. Maybe it would be probably more of an honorable mention. You know, I've shared with you guys in some videos about this kind of list I'm working from. I found this list on the internet, and it was the top 10, or I'm sorry, the top 100 Bollywood films of all time. And they kind of had different categories for how they got to what, you know, like, you know, some of it was box office, some of it was cult classics, some of it was, you know, acting performances. And I've been kind of trying to use that as a template to go through and watch the films, you know, and I watched Bobby that way, and I watched Hum Aap Han Kun and whatnot. And this film is on the list. It's from 1981, and here's what intrigues me about it. It's called Umaro John, and it's set back. Was it in the 1800s, 1400s, 1800s? It was set back in the 1800s, and you see this story of this woman being kidnapped, and she's sold into it looks like a courtesan or you know, a brothel, something like that. And she's raised to be a poet, and she's raised to be a dancer, and some of the clips of the movie I went and checked out looked really good. The dancing looked phenomenal. Her performance looked phenomenal. And her name is Seema Sathyu. And I can't find anything else with her at all. It's like she showed up, she made this film, and then she disappeared. And the only thing that I could find on her, and you guys help me out with this if you would, is a Facebook page. And you pull up the Facebook page, and it looks like it could be her. It looks like the right age, right? You know, but she's living in America, and she's an artist now. And to me, that's intriguing. If that's her, what happened to her? Did she pass away? Is this the right woman I'm looking at? I don't know, man. I mean, there seems to be, I can't find a trace of any other film from her, and it's mind-blowing. I want to see more. This film is on my list of films to watch and do a movie review on, and I can't find anything else that she's done. So you're listening to this. If you know, hit me up. Let me know in the comment section. Is this the right woman on Facebook who does the art in America? I'm befuddled. I'm beside myself. I have no idea. I need, or could it be something that maybe she's passed away and it's a common name, and I'm looking at something completely different. But what a tragedy! I mean, the little clips I've seen on YouTube of this film, her performance is outstanding. It looks outstanding, and yet I can't find anything else on her. Nothing. IMDb, nothing. Wikipedia, nothing. So any help, any insight that you guys have on that would be really, really great. So let's move on to number 5, shall we? Number 5, most intriguing actress to the professor in Bollywood right now, or the Indian subcontinent film industry. So here's number 5. Okay, I would say at the number 5 position is going to be one of my first films that I've ever seen. I just did a trailer for Akira. I saw Holiday, A Soldier's Never Off Duty, and, I thought she was okay in that. The Akira trailer looked outstanding. It is Sonakshi Shinha, and I pulled up her Wikipedia page and find out that she is a rapper? What? An Indian rapper. Who knew? That explains in A Holiday, A Soldier's Never Off Duty, why she had the cornrows. She was busting out the cornrows when she was boxing and hiding from her family. Boy, I have to say I'm intrigued to see more from her. I want to see more films of her. I want to kind of explore her acting chops and see, how good is it, because she looks phenomenal in the new film, the new action film that she's in. It just looks incredible. And I saw somewhere that she's going to be with AJ Devgan, who was Singham, and they're doing Action Jackson. Is that right? Did they really do that as a film? I saw something about that Action Jackson. Dude, that was an American thing when I was a kid growing up. That I just, what? There really is an Action Jackson. Look at this. Action Jackson was a set of action figures when I was a kid that competed with G.I. Joe, and it was completely off the hook. And I had no idea. Look at this. This is amazing. I'm having a moment of clarity. How was this film, Action Jackson? Was it good? How was it received? How have I not seen that thing yet? That's just incredible. I don't know. They got 1 star out of 5. That's bad dreams for viewers. They gave bad dreams to viewers. That's what the critics say. But I just say this about critics. Opinions, everybody has one. You're right. There's a saying that my father-in-law always tells me, opinions are like a-holes. Everybody has one and they all stink. I don't know. You guys have to let me know if this film is any good. But my number 5 is going to be Singha. I would like to see more of her film, more of her work. I'd like to hear some of her rapping. I think I'm going to Google that and see if it's any good. I would really, intrigued by that. She is the number 5, I think, most intriguing Bollywood actress. That would be my number 5 spot. It's really hard because the more you look into the film industry, the more names that kind of come up. And some of them I'm really curious about because of films that I've seen them in, or other ones they have an interesting story to them, right? Who so far, let me say this to you. Let me ask you this. Who so far do you think should be on the list? Because I have a bunch of names here, and I'm not going to share them right now, but I got a bunch of names to kind of go through. I'm sure there's going to be some obvious ones. Like I think my number 1 and number 2 are pretty obvious, even for the professor who isn't fully into and understand the Indian culture and nuances of the film industry. My number 1 and number 2 I don't think are going to surprise anybody. But we're at number 5. We're halfway done, and I think what I would like to do is just ask you, the listener, the viewer, who should be on this list? What are some great performances that you've seen that we haven't covered so far? And just one last thing here, and we'll kind of call it a show, is I'd like to direct you to our website. If you go to our website, if you subscribe to the channel, right, the YouTube channel, you go to our website, remnantxradio.com, you go there, and you click on the sponsor page. And the sponsor page, please don't freak out. I'm not trying to ask for money or ask you to buy anything. I just want to give you something. I have some free music, and it's from Humble Beast and Face Down Records. They're the icons if you go to the sponsor page on the far left. If you click on those, you can get to their websites, and it's my way of saying thank you to you guys for supporting us and watching the videos and interacting. It's been a lot of fun. You can click on either two of those icons and get some free music. We have Humble Beast is kind of a hip-hoppy thing. Face Down Records is really kind of metal, screamo stuff. I think what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and call it a show right now. I'll be back next week with episode 9, and we'll try to flesh out the top 5 and wrap up the 10 most intriguing Bollywood actresses. Thank you so much for listening, for watching. Please subscribe to the channel. That way you can stay up to date on all of our latest videos. Peace and much love to you and yours.